Hello everybody and welcome to another knockoff Macross review. I haven't done one of these in a very long time. Today we're taking a look at the KO of Max Sterling's VF-1J and also Milia, Fallyna, Jenius. Again, it's another VF-1J, another Super Valkyrie. So I think, I always get her name wrong. Is it Milia or Milia? But yes, we've got two bootlegs of that. Unlike the other version, these come in the brown shipper boxes and then in foam housing. And then we've got these two individual little boxes here. They are actually KO versions of the stand that was made for the Valkyries. I think it was a Bandai. I'm not sure, but these are big, heavy die-cast stands. But without further ado, let's crack these boxes open. This is what we have out of the packaging. Seeing both are very vibrant. They come with all of their accessories. We get the armor in the lower tier of the foam. I actually get a selection of translucent armor pieces as well. We can try those afterwards. And let's just open up one of these bases. I've got a really nice heavy stand here. Lots of solid parts in amongst all of this. It's going to be fantastic for displaying these. And this section here is really heavy indeed. Huge chunk. Feels like there's a lot of weight to this. Whether it's die cast in there as well, that remains to be seen. But really hefty piece. Both of these sets sport pretty much identical pieces. Pretty much identical to the Fokker version as well. The only real difference between the blue and the red, possibly the pilots. Obviously those are done out in their individual colours. They've got the difference in joystick there as well. But the set itself, pretty much the same. One blue, one red. We still get all of the same armor, we get all of the same missiles. So let's get everything out, start putting it together, and then compare both versions. And this is everything that we get in the package. There's quite a bit going on here. As you can see, we've got lots and lots of pieces. The majority of this is just the armor. We've got the missiles, different versions of the hands here. We've got our jet, and of course we've got our artillery. We've got the various different stands for jet, Gerwalk and robot. And we've got these lovely little cockpit sections as well. Rather nice little kit. Really nicely made. Still not the most robust. It's not like the original kind of Jetfire with a nice mix of die cast and hardened Takara style plastic. This is more kind of step between model kits and production toys. It's kind of somewhere in between. It's not as flimsy as model kits, and obviously no need to build them, but it's still pretty fragile, so just bear that in mind. It's very comparable to the original, so I've been told, so we should bear that in mind when getting everything transformed and combined. But let's just take a look at the jet mode. Really gorgeous, clean paint applications and tampos on there. You can see the Macross head. Love the wings on this. This here, I believe, is the section I broke on my other KO. So I'll just be very careful when I do this one. I just applied pressure in the wrong area. I will include a link for that video as well in case you want to see it, but really vibrant, gorgeous jet mode. And much like the official product, these are kind of twist and clipped on the wings. They kind of twist and clip on there like so. So don't just try and push those in. They won't just peg in, you need to kind of just twist. It's coming down. Take a look on the underside, have a look at the landing gear. We have these little flip out sections. One goes one way and the other one should go the other, he says. There we go. There we go. Really odd fitting that is, but if we can get in there. Oh, this is so fiddly. There we go. Let's bring that wheel up. This is die cast, I think, with a little rubber misshapen tyre on that. We can then close off the front, have that one down, close off that one if need be. You can have that for both sides. And again on the front here we have to lift this up from this side and then this side, like so. There we go. Again, slightly misshapen landing gear, but it works nonetheless, ish. Pop these arms underneath there, see there, that's where we would jam our gun in. If you want to store that on the underside there, that would just peg in, like so, peg in, and we can push those in together, like that. When I come around, we're going to put the armor on in his jet mode. This is the bit that I needed to be crazy careful with. Let's move these wings out like so. Let's just disengage the legs and the legs like so. Again from this side, they're just tabbed in here, and just push them away from the torso piece. Gives us space to bring those down. And this here is the dreaded hinge, so we want to push. Oh, now that is much smoother on here. Let's have a look. Still don't want to apply too much pressure onto that hinge really. There we go. These slide out and slide out like so. This one goes over, this one goes over, and then this, making sure that that hinge is okay, comes over onto the top like that. We can then just bring in the armor, and that's going to sliding right the way under this blue section, so it's lined up nicely against that hinge that I've got with a sprue mark on it. And then these are just going to tab in to the side like so, coming down to the legs. These little hook pieces are going to hook into the bottom hole and tab in to the top. You want to do that both sides, making sure that this outer panel is facing outwards. Something I have noticed about this piece in comparison to the other knockoff, these two are joints seem to be tighter. It seems to hold together a lot nicer in my opinion. We then got this, and then these pieces here. Free hairs included. I have no idea what they're covered in there. They're going to come in, and there's a little stretchy bracket, a little bit of flex on the plastic. He says trying to juggle it all on camera. Look, it's just going to go over that arm and over there like that. There we go. Hope those are going to come together. This is going to slide back in to this void here. It's just down to me to tidy these up now. I've got this latch here. The legs are going to bend backwards enough and push into that latch. And same on this side, the leg's going to bend up and back enough to push and latch in. I just need to install this other piece, which is just going to come in and hook, hook and push. There we go, look, starting to come together, look. Oh, fabulous. Absolutely adore paint scheme on this. If you look, I'll just pop these arms just back down again, because there is a little latch on the inside of either one of those, so we can still pop our rifle into that void, push and seal that in, and then just push and lock that into position. Now my cap does keep popping off the jet, but we're basically there. If you take a look, I've just slid the stand section on the underside there. We can now bring these panels down, and this, in theory, he says, should just tab in like so, and we can bring these up to support it if need be. And we've got lots of different motion and options on the flight stand though, but it does hold remarkably well. I just love the fact that our pilots are so secure and snug on the inside there. Right, before we transform blue up completely, let's just take a look at red. Milia is in there again, really nice detailing on this, no obvious defects. I can see a little bit of spruage every now and again. Got the head sculpt, got some translucent on the underside there. Still not a fan of these undercarriages and how the wheels work. I actually love the fact that we've got sculpted detailing on the inside of the cockpit as well. Really nice little touch. I believe these are 160 scale, I think, as opposed to 148. Not entirely sure, but it's a really nice, clean jet. Again, just as sturdy as blue is. Really happy with these. And here we have it all transformed up now. Although I've opted for these missiles, here of course we do get other options. We can attach this style if need be. On the underside exactly the same way, just make sure that it's right the way across, because there is a very small lip on those attachments where it just goes in, twists and turns. Or of course, if you're not happy with those, again we can attach this style as well. So there are various different options. I love the fact that we can remove the casing as well. We've got some really nice pieces here. Holds together exceptionally well. Everything tabs in wonderfully. I mean, there's something about just these two flying around next to each other. Really, really gorgeous figures. Let's get the both jets transformed from their jet mode into their Gerwalk or Guardian. Is it Guardian? I don't know. Gerwalk. I don't know. I've always called it Gerwalk. But to do that, you want to just disengage the legs. Remember, we tabbed those legs in at the top, just on the underside of those wings. One. And on this side. Two, like so. Bring those down. Bring that down. Got the kneecap, which can be brought down like so, allowing the legs to bend further round like this. So we get full on Gerwalk. Got the split in those feet. Feet come out and split. So up. And split, shimmying down. Then we've got to get these arms down and across so they come out. And those are on a rotating hinge. And as we rotate that hinge, rotate around and just push around to the front. Can bend these hands around. There's a flap so we can flip the hands up. Bring these back around. And shoulder pads will lift up like so. Do that on both sides. There we go, that's the kind of Gerwalk mode. Got the double joints on those knees, got the upper rotations in there, got lots of motion on these feet. It's all kind of dependent on how you position the toes. They do spread pretty far. We've got the up and down motion on the shoulders, on ball sockets there, and come out to the side. There's an upper bicep rotation. There is a double bend on the elbow there. One's friction, one is a ratchet joint. Really nice tight ratchet joint as well. I've got rotation on the wrists. Got the trigger fingers as standard. My cannons come untabbed. There we go. But I know the shoulder pads do go up, but mine are really quite loose. Can't get mine to stay, and my legs do have a tendency to pop away. There we go. We can make that work. These upper casing section as well. All of the inner gubbings on there. Again, nice, clean paint applications. Loving how that looks. You can switch out the hands. They just plug and play. Just pop those out. I'll show you the different hands when we get to our robot mode though. But I'm liking Gerwalk mode. I don't think it's as strong as Jet or Bot, but that may just be me. Right, remove the ammunition from the bottom of the wings. Come to the underside, and there's a tab just behind the head on either side that allows this piece here to come forward. That's going to swing around to the front like so. The wings are going to come in and sit there. The arms are going to come, and that's a square rotate. Arms going to come in, sit around, come up to the top like so, and come down. Legs can extend and extend like so. Now I apply a little bit of pressure here and support the underside. We can just pop these panels out on both sides like so and like so, and this allows this lower panel to come down, and there's now space here for the Valkyrie's head to come up, lifting up the antennae, straighten up these legs at the thighs. The neck beam is going to rock backwards, allowing the head to sit nicely. We've got this under panel piece, that's like a heat shield which is going to come over the front of the cockpit. There's a panel here which is going to open up like so, and if we look, this is then going to come around and open up the back. can see that this is going to fit in nicely. And just push and close, securing into position. Adjust these panels here. There we go. Close off those wings. And again, much like we got with the Fokker version, Roy's did have these nice little side fillers. So we want to just move this so we can get it all the way back, like so we can open that up as wide as we can. We have these little filler sections. Basically, they're going to slide in to this void here, and there's a hook in there which will line up. There we go, that's in. That'll then close off. These then come down, and basically all they do, they just fill in those side panels with some nice vents. Again, not an essential piece, but fun nonetheless. Here's the neck filler, which can just slide down into the void. Like so. And then bring that back. Just kind of fills in that back piece, much like we've done with the underside of those arms. Or you could do the same, removing that piece, and do the same with the cockpit, which can just be sat down as well in the same void. There we go. Absolutely love these. As far as figures go, they're pretty nicely done. My particular ones appear to be better than my Roy versions, and I bought some bits. He had some parts better, some parts worse with his ones. Let's take a quick look at these hands. Got a pointing finger there, clenched fist, open palm hand, another fist there. I would put some of these on, but since watching Bots and Bits video when he released it, I've always seen these as Mickey Mouse gloves, so it's kind of ruined it for me. But but these are exceptionally gorgeous pieces. Absolutely adore how they look. I think I actually prefer the sculpt on these to Roy's. Roy's is kind of more generic, I guess, and kind of what you would expect from Macross. Anybody who has seen an episode would have probably seen Roy in it, but these are my personal favourites. I think these have got a lot more character to them. We've got nice up and down motion on the neck, independent on the head itself as well. Antennae that can move left and right. Shoulder rotation, up, down, bicep rotation, that double jointed bend on the elbow, the rotation and bend on the wrist. Nothing really there on that waist joint. If you choose to, you can disengage the cockpit section as well and have that stored on an arm. We can do that with one of the additional mounts. The legs can come forwards. There is that hinge on that leg at the thigh as well, although mine does tend to keep popping out. Upper thigh rotation there, comes down slightly, allowing some range on that knee, and of course we can move the knee joint down as well. Really nice solid ratchets on that, and we've got all of that articulation on the feet as well, and that as well as those display stands as well. I think we've got two very nice looking figures. And for those of you curious, yes, you can unplug the large claw sections from the stand, so you can get some really kind of nice clean poses. And I put the translucent covers on that we got included as well. Love how they look, especially on those thruster packs at the back there. Really am loving this set. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, two very gorgeous looking Macross figures. Absolutely adore these. I think I've got them all right. I think I've got everything set up on them okay. No doubt I'll get a few comments from Macross fans telling me I've done something wrong, but it's been a very, very long time since I watched Macross. I don't even know how many seasons they got to in the end. I mean, I remember watching Robotech as a kid. I had it on VHS, and it was very kind of diluted, I guess, in terms of Macross. But thoroughly enjoying these. I do have to get myself Roy's version again. I think I will start collecting these. These are just really aesthetically pleasing, very nice, attractive figures, and I really like them. I can't really fault them. Slippery shoulders maybe don't quite stay up as nicely as I would like, but all in all I think they're remarkably nice pieces, and the display stands as well really do make the world of difference. These are really hefty chunks. Really impressed by the sheer grip that those stands offer. But thank you all for tuning in. I hope you found the video useful. If you have, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, share, and of course subscribe. And from myself, Max Sterling, Milia, Fallyna, and the rest of the Collectables household, goodbye.